everyone, this is Japrit ma'am. Welcome to Swiflearn, India's most sincere learning destination for classes 1 to 10. Here we provide you 100% live and interactive classes. We have personalized attention batch with maximum 6 students only, so that teacher can pay equal attention to every student. We have a dedicated academic mentor team, experts that track and works on students' progress. We cover syllabus as per school exam schedule, and we also handle custom requests. So let's see some key features of Swiflearn. So here we provide you detailed progress report in which all the learning parameter of the student is discussed in details. Here student can attempt Swiflearn academic test series and can compete with different students. Students can take unlimited practice tests, both are objective and subjective, so that they can prepare for school exam. So visit our website and book your free trial now. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe our channel. Before starting the topic, let me give you our website address. So it's swiflearn.com and book your free trial, or you can also call our support Swiflearn. So these are the numbers you can note down and call and book your free trial. So let's start our session. Today we are going to start grade 9 topic, and topic is area theorem first. So here we are going to discuss the area theorems, the very important topic of grade 9. So let's begin our topic and let's see what we are going to learn today in the class. So today we are going to learn two very important things. First of all, we will learn what is area, how to find the area of different polygon or quadrilaterals, or what are the theorems related to the different figures. Okay, so let's begin. It's going to be very interesting. Let's begin a very beautiful example. There is an old lady, the granny, who owns a land for farming. So this is the land for farming, and she had 2 children, and she wants to divide the lands between the 2 equally. Now you will tell me in the comments how she can divide the land equally between the 2 children. Yeah? Yes, she has to find the area of the figure, whatever the shape of the figure is. Is it square, it is rectangle, or it is trapezium, or any other shape. So if she wants to divide the land between them, then she must know the area of the field. Otherwise she will not be able to equally divide between the 2. The one will get larger land and the other will get the smaller land. They will have fight for the lands, right? Do you know how to find the area, and what is area? First of all, what is area? So so divide the field between her children. She needs to measure the area of whole land, then she divide between them equally. So this is the correct way how she can divide the land equally. Do you know what is area? Area is the measure of a plane region enclosed by a closed figure is called its area. For example, we will take an example of a rectangle. Okay, so this is a rectangle, and this is the area, the enclosed inside the figure. This area that is enclosed inside this red one which I have drawn, this is called the area of a rectangle, because we have taken the example of rectangle. So this area enclosed inside the closed figure. Figure should be closed. We have 2 types of figure, closed and open figure. For example, this is open figure or this is open figure. So we can't find out the area of this. So we have the criteria to find the area of a figure is that the figure should be closed. Okay, so we have different shapes, we have different formulas to calculate their areas, and areas is measured in meters, centimeter square, it is square, meter square, centimeter square, and so on. So we find the area of different figure using different formula, because different figure have different properties. We will take a basic figures, for example square and rectangle. The square and rectangle has different properties. That means the area, for calculating the area of these two figures, the formula is different. Okay, so let's proceed. Sorry. Now let's go back to the granny who is confused how to equally divide the area of a land, and she had found the solution that he has to found the area of the land, first of all the whole land, then she can equally divide the land. When she equally divides the land in two children's, both of them will get the same area. The land will be same in figure and measurement. When we will divide any figure into two parts, after finding the area, the figure will be same and the measurement will be same. That will be called as congruent figures. Do you know what are congruent figures? What is the difference between congruent figures and the similar figures? Okay, let's understand and let's have a look how we can, what is the main difference between the congruent figures and the similar figures.
In this video, we're going to look at similar and congruent shapes. Similar and congruent shapes are seen throughout design and make it much easier. In this image, only two shapes have been drawn. And then by changing the size and orientation of these shapes, we have a detailed design. So what is the difference between similar and congruent? Pause the video and have a think. Similar snakes. They are identical, but just a different size. Think, snakes have scales, so similar as scaled up or down versions of one another. They can also be rotated or reflected. Congruent shapes, however, must be the exact same size. They can only be rotated, reflected, or moved. Think congruent cars. These cars are all identical, but just at different points on a junction. So congruent shapes are also similar, but similar shapes aren't congruent. Which of these shapes are congruent and which are similar? Pause the video and work it out. Did you get it right? In another video, we'll look at how to use similar shapes to make calculations easier. For now, you just need to remember that congruent shapes are the exact same size but can be rotated, reflected or moved, congruent cars. Whereas similar shapes can also be different sizes. The sides are just increased or decreased by the exact same ratio.
Okay, let's move back to our section. That we have learned what is the main difference between the congruent and the similar shapes. So what are similar and what are congruent? Let's revise it again. So congruent figures are those figures which are exactly same in shape and size. So same in shape and size means, for example, as we have seen in the video, the example of the snake and the car, the snake are looking same, but when we will rotate them, they are not similar. They are not same then. We will rotate or reflect. And the main thing is that they will not be exactly same in the shape. But when we are moving the car, it's exactly are reflecting the car. They are exactly in shape and size. So that are congruent figures. Okay. So for example, this is a clock. Congruent figures are those. The main thing we have to keep in mind, what are congruent figures? Exactly in shape, exactly same in size. So for example, the clock, exactly in shape. They all are in circular. They are all same shape and they both are in same size. So this is the example of congruent figures. Let's move. So main difference you have learned, same in shape and same in size. And one important thing, it is not compulsory that if the area are same, then the figures are congruent. If the area of both, for example, the parameters are same and we found the area, for example, 32 meters square for this area of a square, and we also find the area of a rectangle is same. Okay, because the sides and lengths are so we found it as also 32 meters square, but it doesn't mean they are congruent because the shape is different, the size is different. The main thing you have to remember for the congruent figure is simple: same in shape, exact same in shape, and exact same in size. Okay, let's move ahead. Let's see some more things. If the area of both are same, then also it is not congruent, as one figure is square and another is rectangular. Okay, now let's define. For the area terms, we should know what is base and what is altitude, right? So let's take a figure. This is a rectangle figure, and let's try to understand what is base and what is altitude. A base is one side of a polygon, usually used as a reference for sides for measurement. So base, for example, this is a base. Okay, this is a base on which a thing is drawn, rectangle. So this is a base. For example, base of a house on which the house is built. Altitude, a line segment, the vertex joining the vertex perpendicular, it's very important, perpendicular to the opposite side is called the altitude. So in this triangle, this is known as the altitude. It should be drawn to the vertex of the opposite side joining, but it should be perpendicular. Perpendicular means it should be 90 degree, exact 90 degree. Okay, so this is base and this is altitude. Let's understand more what is base. Base is basically a surface of a solid figure. Any figure who has a solid surface that stands on or the bottom line of the shape, such as a triangle or rectangle. I will give an example of a pen holder. So this is the base in which the pen holder is standing, although it's in a cylindrical shape. So this is known as the base of any figure. So it's not a triangle, so it's a cylinder shaped figure. So this is the base of a figure, basically a surface or a solid object stands on. So this stands on this base. So this pen holder stands on this base. So this is the base. Okay, so how the two figures can have the same base? Now let's see how two figures can have the same base. Two geometric figures are said to be on the same base and between the same parallels. So do you know what are parallels? Okay, we will also learn what are parallels. If they have a common side as a base and vertices opposite to the common base lie on the line parallel to the side. Let's understand with the help of figure what it means, how to find the parallel figures are parallel or not. Two sides or lines are parallel if that the lines or sides, these lines, as this is highlighting, these lines, these are parallels, will always be on the same distance. They always be on the same distance from each other and will never intersect or touch each other. So what are parallel? It's just like a parallel line. So this example can be a railway track or the two sides of the road which will never meet. Okay, the two sides are parallel if that lines or sides will always be on same distance. The distance is same. For example, in railway track, the distance is same from each other and will never intersect. They are not going to meet. If we will extend them, they are not going to meet. This is the example of a parallel lines. Okay, parallel sides. We can also define it like a parallel sides. Okay, let's move. These two will never touch each other as they are parallel. So let's take an example. I have this shape with me. So these two sides, this side and this side, are known as parallel because they are never going to meet. These two sides are parallel because they are never going to meet. Okay. So this is the what are parallel. So let's see trapezium. So this is a trapezium. You know what is a trapezium? Simply trapezium is made up of a rectangle and one triangle. So this is simple definition of a trapezium or trapezoid. So this is rectangle, one side is rectangle and one is triangle attached to it. This is trapezium. Trapezium ABCD and parallelogram EFCD have a common side. Look, DC is the common side and this is parallelogram and this is trapezium. The trapezium is formed if I will rotate this figure like this. I will draw it like this. So this is DC and this is AB. So first of all I will make the trapezium to make you understand. So this is DC, right? So trapezium is formed from it like this. Okay, E and F. Or we can draw it like this. If we rotate, it will become like this. And this, what is parallelogram? Parallelogram is just like, but it has two. This is a parallelogram and this is trapezium, right? So what is the base? Their common base is DC here. Look, it's forming a triangle here like this. It's forming, if it DC, this is forming a triangle here. And the same base they have, that is DC. This is an example where the two figures can have same base, and the examples are trapezium and the parallelogram. We say that the trapezium ABCD and the parallelogram EFCD. Now how parallelogram is formed? It's like this. Little bit sliding slides I have shown you. There's a little slanting slides. It's like a rectangle but like this. Like this. This is parallelogram and trapezium because it's forming the rectangle inside it like this. This is trapezium and this is parallelogram. Okay, are on the same base. Now the base here is same, that is DC. So this is an example where the two figures can have the same base. We have some theorems related to the area of figures, and let's understand the theorems what are related to the area of figures. So first is parallelograms on the same base and between the same parallels are equal in area. This is first theorem and we will prove it one by one how it is, how parallelograms on the same base and between the same parallels are equal in area. Next theorem is the area of a theorem is half that of the parallelogram on the same base and between the same parallels. Now the area of a triangle is half that out of a parallelogram if they are on the same base. It means that if triangle and parallelogram are on the same base, the area of a triangle will be half. Okay, and next is triangles on the same base and between the same parallels are equal in area. Now next is if triangle is same on the same base between the same parallels are equal in area. We will learn these theorems one by one. In examination you will get the questions like prove that, or parallelograms on the same base and between the same parallels are equal in area. The theorem will be given, the statement will be given, and you have to prove that using the shapes. So first we will learn parallelograms on the same base and between the same parallels are equal in area. So let's learn with an activity. We will use an activity and we will learn. So let's draw a parallelogram. Do it on your notebooks. Draw a parallelogram ABCD on a thick sheet of paper or a cardboard sheet and draw a line segment like this. Draw a parallelogram on a thick sheet of a paper and draw a line segment like this, DE. So this is a parallelogram ABCD because it has slanting lines like this. It is just like a rectangle but little slanting opposite sides. So this is the parallelogram. Okay. So now cut a triangle ADE. Now you have to cut the triangle ADE congruent to the triangle ADE. So we are using this slash. A slash E slash D slash. This is making a triangle, so this is making a triangle. So it is congruent because it is exactly in shape, and if we will rotate it, again that will be same in size. On a separate sheets with the help of a tracing paper, and place ADE in a such a way that AD coincides with BD. So you have to do like this for example, this you will cut the paper and you will this is DAE. When you will cut the two sides, you will found these two are similar in shape and size. A, we will write like this dash, so they will be congruent. So this is an activity, do the activity and you will come to understand how the figures are congruent. So there are two parallelograms ABCD and E dash E like this. I will use a different color to make you understand. So this will be one and this will be one. Okay, so E dash DC and another one will be ABCD, simple ABCD. Okay, and another will be EDEECD. So there are two parallelograms in the figure. Next we have triangle. We have to prove that triangle ABCD. What we have to prove? We have to prove triangle ADE and triangle A dash D dash E are congruent. When we have done the activity, when we have cut the two sides and the two sides are similar in shape and size, or area of this and this should be same, so these are known as the congruent figures. So we have proved that the area of ABCD or area of ADE plus area of ECD, like this, area of this AED and the area plus area of ECD. Now EB is like this, C and then D. It's E, B, C and D. When we will add the areas, the area is equal to the area of ABCD. Hence we have proved the theorem, right? The drawn, okay. So our area of ABCD whole figure is equal to the area of a triangle, then the area of this parallelogram. Got it? So this was our theorem and we have to prove it, and we have proved it like this. Now area of ADE plus area of ABCD is equal to the area of E dash, C and D. Now the area is equal, so that the parallelograms are equal in area. Because we were having two parallelograms, one parallelogram was like this, it was AD, AB, simple we will use ABCD. This was one parallelogram. Then we have drawn the lines and we have found these two triangles are congruent. That means the area of this figure plus the area of the congruent figure will be equal. So it's like this. Now we have found that the area ADE plus ACD are equal. So we have this E dash, C and D. These were two congruent figures. So it's D is here and C is here. So these were two parallelograms and we have found the area. They are in equal area. How we have found? We have found that the two triangles are congruent. That means their area should be equal. If their area is equal, that means the area of a triangle plus area of this figure will be equal to the area of our first parallelogram ABCD, and again the area of E dash CD is equal to the area of A dash D dash E. How? Because these are congruent, plus area of EBCD is equal to the area of E dash CD. So we have found that the area of two parallelograms are equal in area. This was our first theorem. Okay. Now our second theorem is the area of a triangle is half that of a parallelogram on the same base between the same parallels. Now this is our second theorem where we have to find the area of a true triangle is half of that of a parallelogram on the same base and between the same parallels. So how we will find that? So let's take a triangle ABP. So we are taking a triangle, this triangle APB. So this is one triangle, and parallelogram ABCD on the same base, and we have a parallelogram on the same base. What is a parallelogram? ABCD. So this whole, they are on the same base, one triangle. So what is the base? AB, right? And the parallels are same. What are the parallels? Parallels are PC and parallels are AB. First of all, the figures are on the same base and with the same parallels, PC and AB. Now what we have to prove? Basically we have to prove area of BAP. This area is half the area of the parallelogram ABCD. Let's see how we will prove it. Again we will prove it. We will draw one other triangle and we will prove that the triangles are congruent, so that we will prove that the area is half, the area of a triangle is half the area of the parallelogram. So for that we have to do some construction. What is the construction part? Draw BQ and AP parallel to obtain another parallelogram. So we will make another parallelogram. So we will do the construction. We will draw this dotted line BQ to obtain, to what we have to obtain, and this should be parallel to AP. And look, this is parallel to AP. They will not intersect. If we will extend them, they are not going to meet. Okay. So how we have to draw BQ? We have to take care that it should be parallel to the side of the triangle AP. Now the parallelograms. Now we have two parallelograms, ABQP, and we have another parallelogram ABCD. So let's draw one parallelogram ABPQ and another parallelogram ABCD on the same base AB and between the same parallels. What is the condition? They should be on the same base and between the same parallels. So let's draw the parallelograms. Okay, and I will draw the two parallelograms so that it will be easy for you to understand. So first we will draw APBQ QP. So it will be like this. Okay, so I'm writing the name. So it is AB because B is this base, and Q, I write Q. Okay, so Q is here and P is here. This is one parallelogram, and now we have another parallelogram, that is ABCD. So it is somewhat like this. Okay, so we have another parallelogram, that is ABCD. So they are on the same base AB and on same parallels AP and BQ. Okay. Okay, sorry, AB and PC. AB and PC are the parallels and the base is AB. So now how we are gonna prove? We have to prove the area of ABQP or is equal to area of ABCD. We will put it as a 1, but the area of a triangle PAB, so area of a triangle PAB is congruent to the triangle BQP, this triangle, not C. We will not include the C part, so only this triangle. So this triangle and this triangle, look, they are forming the two triangles like this. This is one triangle PABP and another is like this. It's like this. Okay, this is B, this is P, and this is Q. So we have two triangles. Diagonal BP divides the parallelogram ABQP in two congruent triangles, because this line, this P and B line are dividing the two triangles with the same base, and the same base, that means we have is this diagonal divides the parallelogram ABPQ into two congruent triangles. That means the area of the both the triangles will be same, and we will put it equation, we have put it equation 1 and we will put it as equation 2. Now let's see, triangle of area BAP is half of the area of AQPP from equation 2nd, and we will put at 3rd. This gives area of BAP PAB. This area PAB area is half the area of a parallelogram ABCD from equation 1st and 2nd, because in first equation we had area, both the areas are equal of the parallelograms. Now we have proved that the area of PAB, this area of PAB, this area is half the area of this parallelogram. This was our theorem. So we have proved the theorem. So this was the second theorem, triangles on the same base. So we have proved the theorem, and what was the theorem? Theorem was that the triangle and the parallelogram formed on the same base between the same parallels, their area is half. The area of a triangle is half that of the parallelogram. Okay? Okay, let's proceed further. Now we will do the theorem 3rd. So we are done with the 2 theorems. Now we are going to learn the 3rd theorem. So what is our 3rd theorem? It's very easy. Now we have proved the area of the 2 theorems in a very easy way. First we have done the activity in which we have proved that the 2 triangles are congruent. That means the parallelograms on the same base will be equal in area. Next theorem is that when the triangle and the parallelogram are formed in the same base and between the 2 parallels, the area of a triangle will be half of the area of a parallelogram. Now our 3rd theorem is that triangles on the same base between the same parallels are equal in area. Okay, now we will prove the area of a triangles between the same base and the same parallels are equal. For that we have to take a figure. So let's draw triangle ABC. So this is triangle ABC, and I will draw it separately to make you understand. So this is triangle ABC. Don't see the figure, you will get confused. So draw it separately and try to understand. Always try to make the figure separately to get a better understanding of a figure. So this is ABC, and we have to another triangle is BPC. So this is another triangle, just opposite and same in shape like this. Okay, again we will prove that the triangles are congruent. This is very easy. Okay, this is not same, so let me draw it again. So it will be like this. Okay, so this is like this. So we have a triangle B, P, B and C. So these are the 2 triangles, and we have to prove that they are on the same base B and C and between the same parallel BC and AP. So we have to prove that these the area of both the triangles are same. So let's see. So let's do some construction part. So we will draw some CD. So we will draw CD, we will extend this line CD, and this must be parallel to AB. So this and this should be parallel, and CR, we will construct one more line. This CR will be parallel to DP. So these are the parallel lines such that D and R lie on the same line AP. Now see, this D and R lie on the same line, that is AP. Okay, so we have 2 parallels. Okay, so let's proceed how we will do. Now 2 parallelograms. What we have found when we have done the construction, we have actually made the 2 parallelograms A, B, C, D, and another parallelogram is P, B, C, R. So these are the 2 parallelograms on the same base BC between the 2 same parallels BC and AR. So these are the 2 parallels, and on the same base we have basically we have drawn the two parallelograms. So therefore the area will be same, because we have already proved the theorem when the parallelograms are drawn on the same base, their area will be equal. So now we have proved that the area is equal, so we are using the theorem first. So theorem first, you remember, the area of two parallelograms based on the same base will be equal. Okay, now next, what is next part? Now triangle, so when the area of the parallelograms is equal, that means the triangle ABC and CDA are congruent. It means triangle ABPC and CPR. So we have four triangles, they are congruent to each other, so that triangle of ABC is half the area of a triangle ABCD, which we have proved in theorem second. Now third theorem, we concluded that area of ABC is equal to the area of BPC, because if the area of ABC is half the area of ABCD, that means the triangle we got after the construction BPC is half the area of BPCR. So by using these two equations, we have proved that the area of both the triangles are equal. Now what we have learned? We have learned three important theorems today. And let's have a quick revision. We have learned the first theorem was that the area of the two parallelograms when they are drawn on the same base are equal. It's not important, you will exactly learn the same definition. Next we have learned the area of a triangle is half that the area of a parallelogram on the same base and between the same parallels. Okay, next theorem, what was the third theorem? Third theorem was that the area of the two triangles based on same base between the same parallels are equal in area. So we have proved the three theorems, and these three theorems we will use to solve our questions. So let's solve our first question. The question first is, in the following AC, first of all find AC, this diagonal AC and PS. Where is PS? This PS are parallels, and then QR. So this QR and this PQ. Sorry, the AC is parallel to PS and parallel to QR. These three are parallel to each other. This, and this. And PQ. Now PQ. Let's see PQ. This PQ, this DB, and this SR. They are parallel to each other. Prove that area of a quadrilateral. So area of a quadrilateral PQRS. You know what are quadrilaterals? Quadrilaterals are the figure formed from the four sides are called quadrilaterals, like triangle, rectangle, parallelogram, and others like rhombus. So it is equal to the, we have to prove that is twice the area of a quadrilateral ABCD. So we have to prove that PQRS, this whole quadrilateral area, is twice the area of a quadrilateral, this ABCD. So we have to prove this. So let's see, we will use the theorems and we will prove that. In parallelogram, this is given that these are the parallels. These are the parallel lines. In PQRS, we have AC that is parallel to PS, then and parallel to QR. Then we have PQ, DB, RS parallel. Similarly, AQRS and APS are also parallelograms, right? We can see that AQRS, this is the parallelogram, if we will join that, and APSC, APSC, this is also parallelogram. So we have found the two parallelogram. This is RS, sorry, this is R, AQRS, and these are the two parallelograms. Then since triangle ABCD and the parallelogram AQRS are the same base AC. Now see, this triangle and this AQRC, this is actually C here. So they are they are based on the same base AC, and between the two parallels AC and QR, that means their area will be same. We have just proved, we have just learned the theorems and we have proved in that. So area of a triangle is half the area of a triangle AQRC, because they are formed on the same base AC and between the same parallel AC and QR. So we have found one. Now similarly, the area of DC we don't have to prove, because we have a theorem and we can write by the theorem 1 or 2. So we have, this was theorem 2. The triangle ADC is half the area of APSC, right? Because same base and between the two parallels, so it will be half. So by adding first and second, we got the area of PQRS. Now area of PQRS, this whole figure is twice that of the ABCD, of the area of a quadrilateral ABCD, and we have proved it. Now triangle, now question number second, this was question number first. Now question number second is that point D and E. So we have 2 points, point D and point E on the same BC, such that BD is equal to DE equal to AC. So BD is equal to DE is equal to EC. This is all given in the question. Now we have to show that these area of these three triangles are same. Triangle 1, triangle 2 and triangle 3. Again we will use theorem. Now I will say that first you have to understand the theorem properly, how we have to prove the theorem. So I have shown very easy method and with an activity how we can show that the two theorems are equal. We are using the congruent figures. We are finding that the triangles are congruent or the parallelograms are congruent. We have proved with that, and these theorems are very useful in solving the questions. Now how we will see. So what is given? Given is that BD, D and EC are equal. Now we have to prove area of a triangle of these these three triangles are equal. So prove, and what we have to prove. Now let's see how we will prove it. We will prove it. We will take a triangle ABE. We will take triangle A, and this is the median. Okay. AD is the median. What is the difference between the altitude and median? So median may not be exactly perpendicular, but the altitude is always perpendicular. Since BD and DE are equal, it's given. Now we know that the median of a triangle divides the triangle into two areas. What if this is a triangle, okay, and this is a median? If this is a triangle and this is a median, so are taking A, B, C. So median actually divides a triangle into two equal areas. That means the triangle ABD will be equal area with AD and C. So this is part first. We will put it as equation first, or 1. Similarly, the triangle ADC, because again there is a median AE, ADC, this whole triangle divides the median AE. That means the area of ADE, this area will be equal to this area, and we will put it as equation second, because it's already given in the question that DE is equal to EC. Okay. So area of a triangle ADE and area of a triangle ACE are equal. From equation first and second, what we get? We have proved that the triangle ABD is equal in area of a triangle ADE and equal in a area of a triangle ACE. Okay, so these were the two questions. Now this is the question you will try at home and you will answer in the comment box. So this is as your homework, and let's see some questions. So value based question. So understand, think and answer in the comment box. A farmer was having a field in the form of parallelogram PQRS. So it's a parallelogram PQRS. Or you can use PQRS like this, PQRS. We cannot write, it's very important how we write the name for the parallelogram or any figure. We can't write PQSR. So it should be in a sequence, okay? So or PQRS should be like this. So he divides it in farm in 3 equal triangles. So he has divided into the triangle PSA like this, and then PAQ like this, and third one QAR. So these are the 3 triangles such that AS is equal to AR. He sows a wheat in a triangle part PSA and donates the product to the orphanage. Okay, so he does some the charity, right? So what part of the parallelogram PQRS is a triangle field PSA? So triangle PSA will be 1/4 of the parallelogram as I've shown in the figure. So for example, this is a parallelogram, this one. So we have 3 triangles PSA, okay, PAQ and QAR. We have learned that the triangle based on the same base and same parallels are equal in area. So we have 3 triangles, that means it will be the quarter of the parallelogram PQRS, because one triangle base, when the base of the parallelogram and the triangle is same and between the same parallel, then the area of a triangle is half the area of the parallelogram. So here it will be quarter because we have 3 triangles. So by donating wheat product to the orphanage, which value depicted by the farmer? So which value he is depicting? He is doing charity. Okay, do you know? So it's a very interesting fact. In the 5th century BCE, Hippocrates of Chios was the first to show that the area of a circular disc, the region enclosed by the circle is proportional to the square of the diameter. As a part of this quadrature of the lune of Hippocrates, but did not identify the constant of proportionality. So question of the day is that how you will find the area of a room you are sitting in, and also state the unit in which it is measured. So for example, I am sitting in this room and we have to find the area, and it is like this. So this is your room and you want to buy a beautiful carpet for the room. What you have to find? You have to find the area inside it, right? So how you will find the area inside it? First of all, you have to find the room's figure in which shape it is, like it is in parallelogram, it is a rectangle, or it is a square shaped room. Then you will use the formula and you will find the area, and don't forget to measure its unit also. Okay, so this is all for the day, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe our channel. So what we have learned, before that let's conclude, let's wind up. We have learned introduction to the area of figures, and we have also learned terms based to the area of figures. So let's do the revision, and don't forget to write your answer in the comment box. So we will meet in the next session of area theorem. So till then, take care, keep yourself hydrated, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe our channel. So bye bye.